4, 3, 2, 1, fire! Hey, we have it! And now to tell you what is coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lieutenant Ewan Bandel.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for my introduction. My name is Second Lieutenant Ewan Bandel. I'm the current officer commanding for the Tigers Army Parachute Display Team. Now, there's a few things that I need to go over before we begin commence today's display, ladies and gents, and that's just a few particular safety mentions. First of all, I must impress on all of you, ladies and gents, that the skydivers you're going to see in just a few moments' time are in fact professional skydivers. By that I mean having had a well-rounded career within the British Army, they've now moved on and become professional skydivers based out of the Joint Service Parachute Wing in Netheravon. To that end, they are of course professional skydivers, incredibly capable at their jobs. However, if you do find that they are in fact landing off, i.e. they're coming away from the drop zone and you find a parachutist coming towards you under canopy, please just step to one side and they should make a diligent and appropriate landing as trained. Second of all, the arena, which you can see denoted by the orange cross to your front. Please, may I remind you that obviously you mustn't enter this portion of the arena. Failure to comply with that may result in the jump master in fact canning the display if he believes it not to be safe. Lastly, we do in fact use smoke as a wind drift indicator as previously deployed by our DZ controller, Corporal Liam Donovan. Now, he's far enough away that it shouldn't come towards you and hopefully the winds are fairly favourable. I must remind you though, albeit it's non-toxic, however, if you do fancy a different coloured t-shirt today, ladies and gentlemen, I'd be sure to get in the way of it. Like I say, it will change the coloration of any clothing which you are wearing. Now, I'd just like to give a quick special thanks to the event organisers of this, without which obviously we wouldn't be able to go ahead. And in addition to that, obviously the emergency service is often a thankless task, but in fact keeps us safe and yourselves as the members of the public safe at all these events across the United Kingdom. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give a big thank you to all of you who've attended today, without which I'd probably be having to get a real job within the British Army, which I certainly don't want to do anytime soon. So as I previously mentioned, the team is in fact based in Salisbury, near Tidworth. We currently operate out of the Joint Service Parachute Wing in Netheravon. Now that's where the 3 of the 4 official Army parachute display teams are stationed. We currently consist of 9 personnel, 7 of which are regular soldiers and 2 of which, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, are reservists. Just going to show the scope of opportunity within the British Army Reserve. They're able to maintain their civilian career, sustaining that side of their life, whilst also, in fact, ladies and gents, being a member of a professional outfit within the parachute display team world. Now, the regiment itself, the Princess of Wales's Royal Regiment, we consist of 4 battalions, 2 of which are regular and 2 of which are reserve. We recruit predominantly from across the southeast of the United Kingdom and have existed since the mid-1990s. Now, the jump master today, ladies and gentlemen, that is Private Christopher Gray. This is his 3rd year on the season, in fact, and he is the apprentice jump master today, ladies and gentlemen, whereby he will be controlling all aspects with respect to the departure from the aircraft, as they should be in just a few moments' time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, whilst we're waiting, I'm sure many of you will have some phones on you, ready to take some absolutely spectacular photos of the team. However, feel free to look us up on our social media. Simply search Tigers Army Parachute Display Team, where you can find us there in full, following us throughout our display season. Now, I've just been given a thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen, by the DZ controller that they are producing their final run-in, having conducted their Woody run, their wind drift indicator run. So, ladies and gentlemen, my eyesight's not particularly great. When you see that smoke trailing from the aircraft, I'd like you to give me a big cheer, as that will be the indication as the beginning of the display commences. As you can see, that smoke's already been deployed by the DZ crew, Corporal Liam Donovan, ensuring that those jumpers have the ideal prospects to be able to track that wind and be able to see its direction. Now you can see that Cessna 208's just disappeared into the cloud base. Looks as though they're going to be making their final adjustments. You should see them. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I can see what I believe to be the smoke trailing from the aircraft. And the first jump is away, ladies and gentlemen, reaching terminal velocity as the freefall group now accelerate up to 125 miles an hour. Still falling, losing up to 500 feet every 2 seconds. They're still plummeting in formation before making that final life-saving manoeuvre and deploying their main parachute. As you can see there, our first jumper today, let's call Daniel Hurst. First man under canopy, followed by the other members of the freefall stack. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as they have made that first life-saving manoeuvre, getting themselves under canopy for you today. Now the lower members of that freefall group are going to start making their hard and fast turns, getting those aerodynamic and acrobatic canopies down towards the DZ. As you can see, they are also, in fact, ladies and gents, flying some flags today. Now, if piloting a canopy such as that isn't hard enough, try doing it with a massive sail in between your legs, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, the more experienced jumpers on the team are, in fact, deploying various different flags underneath them, which just only adds to the effect that the wind's going to have on them, making their task even harder, only going to show the professionalism and outright skill of all these members of the team. Now Lance Cornwall-Hurst is just at 100 feet, flying the TSA flag for us today as he's making his final downwind leg. He's coming over me at approximately 50 feet before making that hard and aggressive turn, getting the canopy nearly horizontal, ladies and gentlemen, towards the DZ. I want you to give him a big round of applause when you see him touch down, making for a safe landing as he comes in at a rapid rate of knots before flaring his canopy, getting the airflow over it, slowing himself down. And he's down, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give him a big round of applause for our team rigger, Lance Cornwall-Hurst. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as the final members of the freefall team, in fact, make their way towards the drop zone, again, I must remind you how hard and fast the turns that they're making are, only going to show the dynamic ability of these team members under canopy in what are incredibly aerodynamic and acrobatic canopies. It looks to me as though another team member is now approaching the drop zone as they make their final into-wind leg, like I say, getting that airflow over the canopy, similar to the wing of an aircraft, before making a safe landing and flaring the canopy, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a big round of applause for the freefall group. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to bring your eyes to the sky, you will see our team leader, Sergeant Frank Millerick. He's been on the team for over a decade now. I like to refer to him as the Sky Ninja. Now, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, he is about 1,000 feet now. That flag, in fact, is 2,000 square foot big. Now, it only goes to show the outright professionalism of that man being able to pilot such a large flag under canopy. In fact, the flag is so large and heavy, it requires a tandem parachute to be able to fly it safely. As he progresses towards the DZ, making those turns. He's giving everyone a big wave. Let's wave back, ladies and gentlemen. He's just at a few hundred feet and can clearly see. Now he's going to make his final turn into wind before, in fact, detaching from that flag, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to cut away at the very last safe moment to ensure the safety of that piloting as he makes his way towards the DZ. As he now gets away, he's cut away that flag and he flares his canopy before making a safe and appropriate landing. Let's give him a big round of applause for both Sergeant Frank Millerick and, in fact, Private Christopher Gray, our jump masters today, flying the Union Jack. Now the team members have landed. In fact, they're going to be detaching